that there are so many history lessons to explore right here in our own state, especially when it comes to Black history. The Outdoorsy Diva, Lauren Gay, is here to share 5 great places to visit during Black History Month. So welcome to the show. It's always so great to have you here.
Thanks, Janelle.
Yeah, so let's talk about it because there are so many great places in our own state. So where should we start? Amelia Island?
So Amelia Island has the American Beach A.L. Lewis Museum, and this history is really important. So A.L. Lewis was the first Black millionaire in the state, and he got together with the African American Life Insurance Company. They purchased 33 acres of land in Amelia Island, and this was recreation for Black people during the Jim Crow era where, you know, Black people weren't allowed to all the public beaches and things like that. So this is really important history, and it's still there. A lot of those Black families and their descendants still own their land. And so you can take a Black history tour, or you can visit the museum to learn more about it and actually walk around, see the placards. It's a really, really neat experience.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Okay, we also have Biscayne National Park.
So a lot of people don't know Biscayne National Park is largely the largest marine park in the national park system, and this is because of the Jones family. So they own the islands of Porgy Key, Totten Key, Old Rhodes Key. These are those northernmost Florida Key Islands, and in the 70s, developers wanted to buy it from their descendant, Sir Lancelot. He was their last living descendant. He said no, he wanted it to be preserved. So even though it's for less money, the National Park System bought it from him for $1.2 million, 277 acres, and this paved the way to eventually Biscayne becoming a national park. So you learn all this cool history on one of the boat tours to Boca Chica Key, to Boca Chica Lighthouse, and they have the pictures and they can tell you all about it. I was fascinated. That's nothing I ever learned in school.
Right, absolutely. I think it's a great trip to take with the kids over spring break, maybe.
It is. Perfect time to go with me spring break.
Perfect. Okay, so Fort Myers Williams School.
So the Williams Academy Black History Museum. This is an old schoolhouse. They actually moved the location, originally built in 1913. And so this houses some of the really important Black history, specifically to the Dunbar community, which is the Black community there in Fort Myers. And a long time ago, it was actually known as a sundown town. So Black residents there's a city ordinance they have on record. They had to be back in their designated areas by sundown. So it was a traditionally sundown town. So it walks you from that, you know, darker beginning then into the light of the present. So it's showing you modern history, even as late as in the 2000s, of residents in Fort Myers, Black residents who've done really important work and made important contributions to the community and the country. So that is a worthwhile trip.
Yeah, so that could be even a day trip.
That's a great day trip. You can go there and come right on back.
Perfect. Okay, so next, Fort Lauderdale.
So Fort Lauderdale is really cool. I love seeing these local communities have their own history. Right. So in Pompano Beach, they have the Blanche Ely Museum. It's the Blanche Ely House. And it's a museum from Blanche Ely and her husband were both renowned educators in that area in Fort Myers and Pompano Beach. So they've preserved that history. And you can walk through and see some of their contributions. Then you also have the African American Research Library, which has some of the largest, it has the largest collection of Black authors and children's books anywhere in the country. So both of those make, you know, if you have a trip to Fort Lauderdale planned, it's something you can add on. And these things are open year round, not just during February and during Black History Month. Really interesting history.
Yeah, and of course we have our own history right here in Tampa.
Right here in Tampa. I think in 2027 we're finally going to get that Black History Museum. But right now you can visit the Perry Harvey Park. You can see historic Central Avenue. They have got really great informative markers. There's a new walking tour through the History Museum that people can book to learn about that important history down there. And for people who don't know, Mr. Harvey created the first Black-owned apartment buildings in Plaza with a bank, supermarket, restaurant. He was one of the influential leaders right here for Tampa's own civil rights movement. So that history is preserved so well down there at that park. They've done a really, really good job.
Yeah, so much history. Thank you for sharing it with us today. And if someone wants to follow you with all your travels, where can we follow you?
Of course, on Instagram, it's Outdoorsy Diva, and YouTube, Outdoorsy Diva, and website, outdoorsydiva.com.
Yeah, check them all out. So much fun. All right, thank you, Lauren.
Thank you.